But this was a segment that came in from out of nowhere. WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle, who's been released, remember, after being special guest referee on NXT this week for Timothy Thatcher versus Matt Riddle, then announced that Matt Riddle is coming to SmackDown. He says, SmackDown people have been great. Look at Taker, look at Edge, look at all these great people. And also Matt Riddle's going to be joining them soon. And then they had a little vignette of Matt Riddle's highlights from NXT, and he's saying bro a lot, etc.
Yes,
so
and he doesn't wear shoes.
And he doesn't wear shoes. It was. It's been reported for a little while that Matt Riddle was going up, and it was speculated that his Fitbit match from NXT was going to be his final match in the promotion, and that seems to be correct because now he's going to be going up to Smacky D's. So I'm quite curious to see how Matt Riddle is going to fare on the main roster, because I get the feeling that he could do really well. Obviously, Matt Riddle is amazing, and I think his kind of demeanor could appeal to a wide audience of him just being a chilled out bro who likes to have weed, probably. And I feel like that could appeal to a lot of people, so he could organically get over just with his demeanor. Plus, he's a very good wrestler as well. However, I do have my concerns that his demeanor could rub some people up the wrong way backstage. He's already had run-ins with people like Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. So if, he gets on the wrong side of Vince McMahon on a day or something like that, it's very much something that Riddle could do. Vince McMahon is in a bad mood, and Riddle just goes like, hey, bro. And Vince is like, you're buried now.
Yeah.
I'm slightly concerned for him, but I hope he does well.
I have two concerns. The first is that the SmackDown writers, or the main roster writers, will just pepper everything he says with jokes about getting high, and it'll just get so tiresome after 2 weeks. Because
that was his character on NXT.
I know, I get that, but like there's something about main roster jokes that aren't as funny as NXT jokes. I don't know if it's just the different writers, but this is going to be, I'm a high flyer. Oh man, that was dope. Oh, marijuana. That sort of thing. And my second concern is that his rumored first feud is with Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And that immediately stinks of, oh well, terrible. You're just a babyface, and you are just a new babyface on SmackDown. Here's Baron Corbin to beat.
Yeah.
There are so many other people who I'd have preferred as a first feud for Matt Riddle. I get they're sort of both tall guys, and I'm sure they might have a couple of good matches together. But I'm not interested in seeing this as his opening feud. I wouldn't mind seeing it down the line. Obviously, they're going to have to face off at some point together. But yeah, I wouldn't have, if it was me doing the booking, I wouldn't have gone, oh, Matt Riddle's coming up. Oh, Baron Corbin. That'll get the people excited about Matt Riddle.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only other person that could have possibly been worse would have been Dolph Ziggler. Because that's the perpetual, you're from NXT, face Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
But another thing I'm slightly concerned about is him just becoming a bro machine. I mean, he's already just says bro a lot, but I feel like that's going to be his entire character, is he says bro, that's his character. And I really hope that's not the way they go, because I feel like in their heads, marketing stuff with the word bro on it is probably a good idea for them. So I could see why they'd lean in that direction and just be like, just say bro all the time. Just make it so obnoxious. Just say bro in every sentence. Which I really hope they don't do.
A further concern is that he won't be able to do his flip-flop flick into the crowd, because then they'll have to be disinfected.
He won't be able to do it right now,
No, but let's go positive. It could be awesome. It could very well be amazing. Matt Riddle, as we said, is a brilliant wrestler. He's a brilliant character. He can be funny. He can be really intense. So that there's absolutely no reason why he can't be a success on the main roster. I just hope that he's treated properly and not kind of. I mean, there was a rumor that the reason he's on SmackDown is so he doesn't come across Brock Lesnar. So as long as he kind of stays in line backstage and doesn't piss anyone off, with his kind of super chilled out, trying to kind of rile people up a bit. As long as he doesn't do that, then I think it's going to be okay. But I think I can't see him being anything other than a babyface for a long time. His character doesn't fit heel unless he starts doing more like stronger drugs.
True. I think it would be really interesting to see a Matt Riddle heel. I think I've wanted it for ages because I've seen that intense side of him when he gets super fired up in his matches and he just goes crazy and, you know, starts screaming at the crowd and stuff. He's so intense. And I feel like if he could channel some of that into a heel character, it would be amazing. But I just don't think he cares enough to do that. I think he's way too chilled out. He's like, it's fine. I'll just be me out there. But I do think, like I said originally, I think he's got such an affable way of doing things that he could very naturally get over, even if WWE didn't want him to get over in a specific way. I reckon he could still do it anyway because he's just got such a connectable figure that he's got on him. He's just such a magnetic personality. That's what I'm looking for. That people will be drawn to him regardless. So I'm optimistic about Matt Riddle. I've not been optimistic about a lot of NXT call-ups in a long time. Not since Balor, really. Fingers crossed they can do okay with Matt Riddle.